And this is why we are using these de-risking criteria on this channel, is to prevent us from thinking that Tesla is going up when it's not really going up. And this is the perfect example that we had today. Let's look at what happened with Tesla today. It was rejected at $250. Tesla is down $2.86, 1.16%, closed at 244.13. Post-market, we seem to be down by 33 cents more. So let's look at what we have here on the chart. We know that we are still in a downward channel, short-term downward channel. And we tried to go lower than 240.89, but then we were pushed back up yesterday. So buyers were coming in, preventing the stock to go lower. So the buyers won that round at that price point. Today, we have the opposite. Let's go take a look at the 1 hour chart to understand a little bit better what happened today. This is the first candle of the day right here. Yesterday, we could not close above 247. The first candle was lower today this morning, the first hour. The second hour, we tried and broke 247, but then we came back down. So this is not considered a break of 247. To be considered a break, we need to close for that candle above 247. This is not what happened. But on the third hour, this is what happened. We closed above 247. This was a break at 12:30 because we closed above. But as I said yesterday, it closed above 247. How was stochastic? Was stochastic over 60? No, it was not. That's not ideal. And then I said also, if we break 247, then there's a chance that we bounce on that big downward resistance that we have right here. This downward resistance that started approximately on September 11 and which was active until September 12th. And then it was also used September 21st right here as a support in those two places. But right here, there was a definite possibility that it could as a resistance. I told you, be careful if you have a break of 247 on the 1 hour chart. If you want to trade a little bit, then we could be rejected by that downward resistance. But guess what? This is exactly what happened. We got rejected at the same time as closed above 247. And then from that point on, we are basically back to where we started at the beginning of the day. So in terms of our indicators on the 1 hour chart, stochastic is at 29. It's not over 60. We have the MACD bullish right here. It has been bullish since yesterday at 2:30, but this one does not mean that much because as soon as a stock starts to go horizontally, then MACD is going to cross. This is not the most reliable indicators. It's good for other things, and everything else is pretty much bearish. So there's no bullish indication yet on the 1 hour chart. And this is why we are using these de-risking criteria on this channel, is to prevent us from thinking that Tesla is going up when it's not really going up. And this is the perfect example that we had today. Because after the first hour and the second hour and the third hour, someone could have thought, oh yeah, it's going up. We have 3 green candles. Let's go in. But it was not the right call. So we need to break this downward resistance and we need to have stochastic over 60. And if we break this downward resistance, we might as well wait for a break of 250 because it's just another horizontal resistance and it's just right there. So I reiterate the de-risking criteria on the 1 hour chart if you want to trade a little bit, to wait for 250 with the other conditions I just mentioned. And if we start breaking 240.89, since we don't have stochastic over 60, blah, 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 then we could be having a sell signal. A buy signal right here over 250, a sell signal below 240.89. Be careful of this downward support because we could be bouncing on this one. So the same thing that happened today on the resistance side right here could be happening if we start losing 240.89 on the support side right here. Okay, let's go back to the daily chart. So on the daily chart, of course, there's no buy signal as I explained yesterday. We are just watching to see if we are going to reach the other side of the downward channel. This is the downward channel. And even if we go a little bit higher to that other side, we are still going to be in this downward channel. We need to be outside of the downward channel to start thinking about buying. We need to have stochastic over 60. And most likely, our next horizontal resistance that we are going to need to beat is 260 is 260.78. So we need to be patient with Tesla in terms of the buying, even more so on the daily chart. There's nothing there for us. In terms of the other indicators, so yes, we have the MACD crossover bearish that we had a couple of days ago. We have RSI below 50, and we have the DMI, which has the red line above the green line. For the new viewers, I am using different types of colors on my lines, colors that make more sense than the blue and purple colors of MACD, which make no sense. Also for DMI, the standard colors make no sense. I have changed the colors here so that it makes sense and so that it's easier to understand. DMI, if the green line is above the red line, that's bullish. And if it's the opposite, is bearish. This is super simple. I have a video in my description where I show all of the colors that I'm using, so you can replicate them. So let's take a look at some Tesla news. We have some news here that Tesla and European automakers that ship electric vehicles made in China to the European Union are set to be included in an anti-subsidy investigation by the European Commission, the Financial Times reported Tuesday. So this is today. So of course, this did not help Tesla at all. Basically, what the EU is thinking is that you are making your cars in China. It does not cost as much to create cars in China, and then you are selling them in the EU. Blah, blah. This is not something that we like, blah, blah, blah. We have that news a little bit. And also, we have Tesla deliveries in Q3 that are projected to be 462,000, about 0.3% ahead of consensus, with minimal shutdown impact. RBC Capital Markets said in a note Monday, that's yesterday. The estimated deliveries up 1.9% compared with RBC's prior projection of 454K are based on registration data and app downloads, RBC analysts said. The estimate is about 0.9% lower quarter over quarter amid production shutdown in the quarter. It would be pretty good if it was indeed just 0.9% lower. This is an indication that demand continues to grow, although not nearly the same rate of change as we observed over the past 12 months. They expect Tesla to report deliveries early next week. RBC maintains the company's perform rating and 305 price target. Okay, so maybe the production numbers and deliveries are going to be not so bad after all. We'll see if this news is going to have an impact in the stock market. So far, we don't see much impact because things are looking pretty grim. Let's take a look at some other news. So we have Rivian and Fisker stocks that jump on optimistic EV delivery expectations. We are going to take a look at Rivian a little bit later. After easily surpassing Q2 expectations with productions up 50%. So yeah, this was pretty nice. Despite this, Rivian stock slipped almost 20% from mid-month following the consensus Q3 delivery estimate falling from 15,000 to 14,000. Okay. At least one analyst believes Rivian will beat expectations. There's a bunch of opinions and some analysts say that they are going to beat and they are going to be lower, blah, blah, blah. What is nice to get from this news right here is that they could beat. So then we can position ourselves. We can look the stock chart and see where the stock is at in terms of support and resistance in order to devise a little bit of a plan if we want to wet our beak with this potential news. So there's new Tesla Cybertrucks that are rumored to be master candidates, the final step before production. They have been spotted coming out of Gigafactory, Texas. So maybe we are looking at right here at the nearly final production spec. We'll see. Also, Tesla reportedly ramps up partnership with TSMC for Dojo supercomputer chip. So Tesla is sprinting towards the layout of its supercomputer dojo. It is rumored that it will expand its cooperation with TSMC, blah, 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 producing 7 nanometer family process combined with advanced packaging. This is not the most up-to-date technology, but I guess because this won't go into an iPhone, I guess size might not matter as much. Okay, let's take a look at the VIX. Look at this. Look at how high the VIX has gone today. So we are up 2.04, 12.08%, close at 1893. So this is going high really fast, and this is pushing down almost every stock in the market. So we just broke 1848. This could be a little bit of a concern. If it continues, then stocks and indices, everything are going to tank even more. So US bonds is inching higher, so 0.015. It's still within the bullish channel. It still has some room. It still has some room to reach the resistance. Rivian, this is where Rivian's Q2 beat was. It was August 8th. Isn't it crazy? It had a surprise of 24% in the earnings and 10% in revenues. And what did the stock do? It just tanked because it had already gone super high before. And now it's cooling down a little bit. We have this downward resistance right here. I'm going to make it a little bit thicker. We have this downward resistance, part of this downward channel. And we are also bouncing right here on this other channel. And the stock is getting stuck. It's getting stuck, and it's going to have to move through all of these red resistances. So anything above 23.59 is going to be a buy, because look at stochastic, which is at 49 right now. And if we start moving above 23.55, we are going to get it above 60. So this is going to give us the permission to buy, because we are going to have broken a downward resistance, and we are also going to have broken a horizontal resistance at 23.59. This is the buy zone right here. This is the buy zone. It's not in the past, it's in the future, the present and the future, but this is the buy zone right here. So Rivian is up $1.13, 5.35%, closed at 22.26. Xpeng, nothing to see here, down almost 3%. Neo, the same thing. This is just going sideways. It's green, but it does not move much. VinFast, we don't care, minus 8%. Apple, oh boy, look at this. Apple, this is a surprise. It is not just that Apple is down $4.12, 2.34%, closed at 171.96. Being down $4 is nothing, but breaking a support that has been there for a long time, that's the significant event. Even by $1 or $2, it's a significant event. So we have just broken this support. Unless we come back tomorrow real fast, this is not good news. And this could be telling us that we are indeed going to continue further down our downward channel for Apple. ARM is resting on its support at 52.89, 1.69% down. This is insignificant. Palantir is down 1.83%. It's maintaining itself above 1354. It's just going sideways. Nvidia tried to break, look at this, it tried to break our downward resistance, but it did not break it, just stopped right smack on it, down 0.74%. Let's look at our indices a little bit. Oh boy, okay. Dow Jones is not respecting the bearish channel support. It's going even faster. It's breaking that. And it also broke at the same time a horizontal resistance. Cannot say that this is looking good. We are down 1.14%. Unless we come back above 33.638 tomorrow very quickly. The next stop is going to be 32.874 right here. S&P 500, this one is continuing in its downward channel. We have just touched the support side, so maybe there's a chance that we slow down and maybe bounce on it. There's a chance. I don't know if it's going to happen. Nobody knows if it's going to happen. We just have to monitor what it does every single day and on it if we want to. So it's 1.47%. Nasdaq Composite, it stopped on this support at 13,013. It stopped there, and it's still outside of this bullish channel right here, just a little bit. So maybe we are going to recover tomorrow. Gold down 0.74, silver down 0.76. Bitcoin is just going sideways, nothing to see here. And Ripple is still above its support. We still have stochastics, so there's still some force into it, and we could be going higher. And US dollar is inching higher and higher, up 0.21%. I cannot say it's a good day for Tesla, and seeing stochastic going lower and lower like this, we could be breaking 240.89 this week. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. Click on my TradingView affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you